Welcome back to the Vibe Theory Podcast. I'm your girl, El Boogie.
I'm busy.
Yes, and we have something very special for you guys today. In the spirit of Valentine's Day for this particular episode. Now, love songs have always been the soundtrack to human connection. From handwritten serenades and candlelight courtships to the timeless ballads that still make our hearts pause. Today, we're honoring the tradition as we step into the spirit of Valentine's Day, sharing the records that set the mood, tell the stories, and remind us why music has always been love's most powerful language. All right, Beezy, we'll toss it to you. What do you got for me today?
So we agreed on one song that we both agreed on. And
Yes.
this song came out in 96, which again, that's 30 years ago. El Boogie.
Yes.
30
30
years
years
ago.
ago.
So
And it's still timeless.
again,
It's still
still
timeless.
timeless. And when this song came out, everybody and their mama was playing it.
Absolutely.
And before we go into what the song is,
Right.
our list that we're about to share, this is no knock at all
Absolutely.
to the songs that really stand the test of time today. This is no knock to Here and Now by Luther Vandross,
Yes.
Angel by Anita Baker,
Anita
You Are
Baker.
My Lady by Freddie Jackson, and all the
Right.
numerous songs out there that really propel love and the meaning of love. So
Mhm.
by no means do
Yeah,
we ignore
please.
those songs. We are not knocking those songs because they are
Nope.
great for a
Absolutely.
reason. They are
Absolutely.
great for a reason. So we're not saying that the lists we have are the greatest. We're not saying
No, no,
that.
no.
What
Please don't beat us up in the comments about that, guys. I'm telling
what
you
we're
guys,
saying is
this is just our
exactly.
opinion. Yes.
Yes, what we're saying is these are songs for us that mean something to us,
Right.
and so that's really what we're wanting to hit home with today's episode is that
Mhm.
these songs mean something to us, and so with the first song that we're going to share, and we both agreed on this song when we shared our list, and it's
Mhm.
You by Jesse Powell.
Powell.
Uh,
Woo!
yes,
Rest in
rest in
peace.
peace.
First,
And
such an
I,
underrated artist.
it
Yes.
was, underrated artist, and and he didn't get his flowers a just service of being propelled because he had a
Right.
wonderful voice, had a
Absolutely.
wonderful voice, and so,
Absolutely.
but this song, which propelled him because I mean, it honestly goes down as him being a one-hit wonder. He really does. But
Even though he had
this,
three good albums. But
he had three
yes,
good albums, but it was
but like you said, song. Yeah.
this song is
This song was
what's
what.
exactly it kept him on the charts, and but
Mhm.
the lyrics itself, I
Yes.
mean it, for you, I mean it's just it's synonymous with love, marriage,
Right.
fidelity,
Commitment.
commitment.
Commitment. Let's say that.
Exactly.
Let's say
And
that.
exactly. And these are songs that you really don't hear anymore, especially when it comes
No.
to commitment.
Hmm.
Uh, and that's really where this song hits home
Right.
is the commitment. And that's what he shared with this. I mean, looking at the information of it, I mean, he wrote this song.
Oh,
He
and
wrote
it
this song.
showed that he wrote this song and that
Yes.
it was like he embodied and he was just sharing and professing his love from whomever,
Yep.
his partner was, or,
Yes.
whoever he was in love with, but it was just like an
Yes.
open love letter. It was
It was.
beautiful.
It
It was
was.
so
And he
beautiful.
co-wrote
It's a
this.
beautiful song.
Yes, it is. And he co-wrote this with Carl Rowland.
Okay.
And had so many great artists on this. I mean, he had Gerald Albright, who played the saxophone
Ooh,
on this.
sax. Oh my
Yes,
goodness.
Tamara Powell, one of the
Nice.
sisters, who did background
Yes.
vocals. So again, a beautiful song, and you just and again, I can't go into the just the lyrics, just to share, because again, I'm speechless with it. I
Right.
finally found the nerve to say I'm gonna make that change in my life.
Change the life.
You know, saying that,
Being
hey,
honest.
thank you.
Just
He
sheer
poured his
honesty.
he
Yes.
poured his heart and soul into the
Absolutely.
lyrics, and
Absolutely.
that's what makes this song stand out. I mean, when I
Hmm.
was introduced to it, it was played on the radio. I got the single of it from a guy who liked me. We won't
Ah,
get into that.
okay.
We won't get into that. I still
Okay.
have it. It's getting dusty in the CD case, but I still have it.
Okay.
Because I looked at him when he gave it to me. I'm like, we ain't even in that good. But anyway, I digress. I digress. you
Oh,
know,
man.
Again, but the song. I mean, it's just, you feel that love. You feel that
The
just
rawness,
the
you
raw.
know,
That's the perfect word to say. The
it's the
rawness
rawness.
in those lyrics.
He was just literally professing his love for this person, you know,
That's
and
it.
being
That's
honest
it.
and truthful with where he wanted to move the relationship forward,
That's it.
so it
That's
was
it.
just impeccable the way he wrote
That's
this. It
it.
was just
Yes,
beautiful. Such a
that's
beautiful,
it.
beautiful love
It
song.
is. That's it. And I mean, and I'm so glad that, he was here to be able to see the fame of
Oh
that song,
yeah.
and how it
Mm-hmm.
propelled him, and
Yeah.
also to be able to showcase his talent.
Because it
Sadly
did allow him to showcase his vocal range and vocal ability on that
it
track.
did. It did,
Yeah.
because I mean, again, heck of a voice, heck
Right.
of a voice, and
Right.
and he he had a voice to sing ballads. He really
Mm-hmm.
did. And if
He
he had
did.
more ballads like this, he would be in that tier up there.
Yeah,
He
for a
really would.
balladeer. Mm-hmm.
He really
Exactly.
would.
He
He
really
really
would.
would.
Because
And
he could
so,
stand down 10 toes with the rest of them. Some of the best of them.
yes,
Really. He really
yes,
could.
he could, because he had a
So
vocal range. That
yeah, he
man
did. Yes.
can sing.
Yes.
He could
Yes, he
sing, and
did.
so again,
Yes, he could.
Jesse Powell, again,
Rest
giving
in
that
peace,
man his
brother.
flowers. Exactly.
Absolutely. I truly adored all of your bodies of work when you were here on this earth, and I'm pretty sure that it's going to stand the test of time because that song there is timeless. It really is.
I mean, 30 years, and people
30
still
years.
playing it.
Yes. And exactly
I
in the
still hear it on the
integrity
radio.
of the music. That's what we have to look
Mm-hmm.
at, the integrity of the music. It is still intact,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
so it doesn't
Exactly.
have to be altered from the choice of instruments that they use with this.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is a classic love song, and it's going
Yep.
to be one of those that, well, as we get older and go to our kids' weddings and things like that, their kids' weddings, this is going to be one of those staples like Love and Happiness. How we
Yep.
look back at
Yep.
the Al Green, or and
Yep.
some of the greats. Yeah,
Yep.
love it,
Exactly.
love it.
Exactly. And I 100% agree with you. So yes. So that is probably our number one song on the list.
Absolutely. The number one song for me. Exactly. And again, this just speaks to the fact that, BZ and I, we share some of the same qualities in music, to the fact that when we shared both our lists and we noticed that we had similar songs, it was like, oh, this is going to be hard.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Right.
Exactly. So, but
Absolutely.
but with that, this one next falls right into that next song for me, that I still play, because it it has stood the test of time, and this was my first introduction to Kenny Lattimore.
Oh,
For
wow.
You.
Yes.
This one again came out in 96.
96
It
was a
will
good
be
year.
30 years old. 96 was a good year.
It
96
was a
was the
good
year
year.
of
It
ballads.
was a good year. It's the year of the exactly. You know what? I think you're absolutely right. You may be onto something with that.
The
I
year
really
of
do agree. Would
ballads.
have to agree with you. This may be the ballads. You know, there was a lot
The
of good
year of
songs, love
ballads.
ballads. Yes.
Yes. And this song, I'm not too familiar with the writer of this one, but Kenneth Leram. He wrote the song, and Barry Eastman was the arranger of this song. But a a masterpiece for me. Um,
Yes.
the body of work that went into this song, the people that were a part of this. I mean, a great cast of
Mm-hmm.
musicians went into this. I mean, you had strings, uh, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the strings that sold this song.
The track.
I
Right.
mean,
Absolutely.
exactly. Yes, and I mean, and then on top of that, just his voice sold it.
Right.
Because again, as you said, that rawness, that passion
Exactly.
that
That
went
passion.
into
It
the
conveyed
lyrics.
over the mic. It did. It really did.
Exactly. And he sold, and I mean, just and this was one of those perfect wedding songs where
Oh,
you're face to face with the person that you're getting, that you're declaring your love to, that you're wanting to spend the rest of your life
for
with. I
the
mean, it
rest of
says
your
it
life
right
with this
there.
person, right?
I'm given a lifetime of stability. Anything
Oh,
you want of me, nothing
and
is impossible.
but that's exactly. But see, Bridget, those sound like wedding vows. If you
Mm-hmm.
really want to think about it,
Yep.
it really sounds like wedding vows. The way that he's saying.
Yep.
I mean, these are things that you could actually, you know, make those as your vows. I mean, it's
You
perfect.
could.
This song, man, I tell you, the way he sung on that, it was just
Exactly.
like just
Yep.
poetry. It was just pure
Exactly.
poetry. Yeah, I
Exactly.
loved it.
And I mean, it's just the words, and you're right. It could be wedding vows,
Hmm.
just the way it was written, and it could
Hmm.
have possibly been the songwriters'
It could.
wedding vows.
Wedding
We
vows.
don't
We don't
know.
know.
We don't
We
know.
don't know.
But what I
Exactly.
do know is that they were absolutely beautiful, and
Yes.
those lyrics, that song has stood the test of time. And and
Absolutely.
even with just, non-wedding, it is still a beautiful song where I will still play it through. I
Hmm.
still love it. I still enjoy it, and I'm just, it just makes you stop and appreciate it, and
Right.
appreciate the person that you're with. If you're with someone significant other, it still makes me stop and appreciate the person that I'm with. And that's why,
Absolutely.
for me, that's why I love this song.
Yeah.
So that's one of my favorites. So what you got, El Boogie?
So I Gotta Be by Jagged Edge. Oh,
Okay. An oldie but goodie. Okay.
yes. The just the way it comes on, just the piano hook in that,
Mhm.
and the way that his voice is just resonating over this
Mhm.
track is just fantastic. Jagged Edge group out of Atlanta. Um,
Mhm.
you know, they really didn't really get there because they kind of came in on the tail end phase of boy bands kind of transitioning out,
Yep.
literally fading
Mhm.
out. So it was almost like they came too late, to the party,
Mhm.
in order for them to really solidify themselves as a confident and a strong uh, band,
Yeah.
a boy band. But for the
Mhm.
most part, gotta be, from everything from the video of that song, and just it's a great love song. I mean, it's raw, it's pure.
Mhm.
He's just being honest in his feelings, and just really just professing his love for this young lady.
And it's relatable.
There you go. Because
It's
it was more of a
relatable.
common, because they're the
Mhm.
boys next door.
Yep.
So some of them
And
they shy, But he was going to just put his heart on the sleeve and just say, hey, I've been
Well, you
checking
know
this
what?
girl. This is
You
it.
know what? And I wouldn't even say the boys next door. They were the brothers down the street. The brothers
Okay,
down the
across the
street.
tracks.
But but yes, I mean, and that's what makes this song stand out, because if you think about it, it was really rare for a guy or guys who looked like them.
Right.
Your
They're
baggy
supposed to be
jeans, your
hardcore.
Tim,
Yeah,
to
exactly.
look like that and sharing how they feel.
Exactly. That's
And
what I'm saying.
that's
The
why that one stands
vulnerability.
out. There
Exactly.
you go. There you
They made
go.
themselves vulnerable on the track, and it just felt raw. It
Yes.
felt intentional, and it was just like,
Yes.
God, man, what is this? I didn't.
Yes.
I knew I had these feelings, but oh
Mm-hmm.
man, just to hear someone that kind of looks like you say them, kind of gave these brothers the
Yes.
strength to say, okay, I can be vulnerable at times. I can really say what's on
Yes.
my heart, you know.
Yes. That's
So
it. And I like that. I like that. And
yeah,
and I agree with you, because again, I think this song came out. Did this song come out in 96 too?
I want to say it was. If it was not 96, I'm telling you something in the water. But if it
I
wasn't
know it was in the
96,
90s. I
if
know
it
it was in the
wasn't
90s.
96, it had to be around 99 or something like that. If not, but
Mm-hmm.
let's see, gotta be la la la.
Let me take a look.
Yeah, I know, right?
97. 97.
So from
We
96 to
we still
99,
in that
they
we
were in the
still in that
pocket.
realm.
That's why I said it felt like Jagged Edge as a group, they were kind of late to the party, you know? And they was like, oh, I got to get in here before this whole phase is
But you
gone.
know what
And
though?
I'm
But
so
it
glad
didn't.
they was able to
It
sneak
it,
in there
it
and get in
didn't,
there.
because I mean, again, that whole time is where
Mm-hmm.
you had music. You had a heavy hit of ballads, but you also had dance tracks.
You did. So it was a great balance of
There was
both.
a great balance. Yes, because that's where you had, the really sexual songs kind of died down for a moment
Yeah,
in that
yeah,
in that pocket window. So,
right.
yep,
But even though
yep,
if they were sexual too, just to kind of add to that, they weren't explicit. So it
or
was
overt.
tasteful. Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
It was
And we were
tasteful though, you
Yes.
know?
And we were still kind of in that tasteful phase too.
Right.
Not like what it
Exactly.
is now, where it's just
Today.
like, take them
Just
draws off. Give them
yeah,
to me.
just saying
Yeah.
any and
It ain't like
everything.
that.
Come on,
It
man.
ain't like that now.
Leave something for
But
the imagination. Hey, come on, let's do wordplay. We need to get back into that cleverness
yes.
of how to say something,
Yeah.
erotic, but in a nice way. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah. But no, gotta be, yeah. That
Yeah, gotta
I
be
could
was
see
that
why that's
Jake.
on the list. I could see why
Yes.
that's on the list. And I get it. I get it definitely. So, because I mean, it's a good track, it's a good cut, and that
I love it.
vulnerability, like you said.
Hmm.
And I agree with you
Yeah,
there. I
absolutely.
agree with you. I
Listen,
agree with you.
thugs need
So
love too. Okay.
I'm gonna put that on a shirt.
Right. Not saying that
Oh
Jagged Edge was
man.
thuggish. Please don't take it that way, guys. I love that band.
No.
That band was not like that.
No.
I'm telling you. But I'm
No,
just
I mean
saying,
they weren't. They
Right,
weren't thuggish, but I think what they propelled was that, hey, we're not your good boys on the,
right.
but we from the streets too.
But we from the
So
streets
that's
too. But we,
mhm.
we got a soft side as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know.
And that's what they did. That's what they did, and they
Yeah,
did it well. And
and they
gotta
did it
be,
very well. Hmm.
and then they followed up with Let's Get Married.
That's right.
So
Right,
there you
right.
go.
Or
So,
promise,
or Promise, and boy, they played the
boy.
mess out of that. We'll say
Okay.
that for another time. But yeah.
Exactly. So
Yep,
they kept
exactly. Yeah.
following up with that, right? Yeah,
Mhm. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, I get it. I get it. So no, I feel you on that one. So yeah. So
So who you
the
got
next
next up?
the next one on my list, excuse me, And this
Hmm.
one has been performed by a plethora of different artists. This one came out in the early 70s. But
Oh, so you
one
went
of
old
my,
school.
oh, old school, but love this absolute song. I like the version that's been performed by Sting because I just love Sting. I mean,
Yeah,
I
same
love
here.
Sting.
With the police and after the police.
Exactly. And if you don't
It
like
doesn't matter.
Sting, argue with your mama. That's all I'm going to
Right.
say. Argue with your mama
Exactly.
because I don't care. But
Right.
the song on my list is What Are You Doing the Rest of Your Life? This
Ooh,
is one of my
yes.
absolute favorites.
That's a nice one.
My wife and I,
Nice
we
classic.
played this at our wedding, and we'll
Oh,
always have a
nice.
soft spot in our heart. This was
Okay.
our first dance, but
There you
the
go.
reason this song resonates with me is because it's putting out there that you know I want to be every part of your life, every
Right.
aspect of it.
Yes.
Whatever you have going on, I want to be in it.
That's right. It's, I
you
want to be
know,
where you are, Plain and simple.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. And so,
Wow.
it's just, and this song was written by Alan Bergman and Michael Legram. But
Mm.
like I said, there's so many different versions of this. Sarah Vaughan's done
Mm-hmm.
a version, Barbara Streisand, Frank Sinatra, you name it. So many
Mm.
different versions. But again, this song for me just resonates. The lyrics resonate, and this is just one of those songs that when we heard it, we both fell in love with this song, and so it
So
was
where
just
did you
one
guys
of
hear
those
it
songs.
at? Were you guys
Um,
both together when you actually heard it for the very first time?
No,
Oh,
I first heard it when I had listened to it on Chris Bodie's album because he had a version
man.
of this. Yes, he had a version of this with Sting. And so I
I know that
absolutely
album that
fell
you're
in
talking about.
love with it. Yes. And so when I fall in love with a song, I will overplay it. I am I
Well,
am a
that's what it's
habitual
about.
overplayer.
Well, that's what it's
I am
about.
guilty as charged.
Hey, and no shame in your game, okay?
I am habitual.
By
So
all
when I
means.
played it, so yes, but so this is one of those songs that I just fell in love with.
So did she hear
You
it
know,
after you, or did you present it to her?
I presented to her and she fell in love with it. And so that's kind of just
Yes.
how it fell into
And
line
became
for
your
us
song.
and
Okay, I
became
like
our song. Yep.
that.
So yeah.
Nice.
So what's your next song?
Oh, wow. So the one that I have coming up next is Baby Hold On to Me. Gerald Levert
Ooh.
and Eddie Levert. When they did this as a duet, I was
Mhm.
just, and I think they performed it live. If you ever get a chance, that of course, once they dropped the single, they did a video. But the performance on the
Mhm.
Apollo, oh my
I think I
goodness,
remember that. I think I remember that.
took that song completely over. That performance between them two, the rawness
Mhm.
between his dad and him, oh my goodness. Gerald and his father, the way that the voices complement each other and the rawness,
Mhm.
even when they got, it was just, oh my goodness. That song, if you don't have any kind of feeling in you and you put that song on and it still doesn't
Uh-huh.
move you, you're dead. Because that song it will resuscitate anybody. Oh my soul.
Yeah.
That was just pure
Yeah.
rawness.
Yeah. You know what? When you have anything with Eddie, it's gonna be raw. Because
Right.
to me, that man ain't got nothing but rawness in him. So.
Exactly. And I would probably have to say that probably was the only track that was performed by a father and son duo that had huge success. I don't
I
remember.
got
I don't
you.
recall anything else. Well,
I
father and
think they
son
had
did.
other artists. I don't know,
Yeah,
but I
other
think they
artists.
had. Yeah, I don't. I honestly, I don't recall
I can't remember anybody other than them
because I
two.
don't even know if the Iglesias. I don't even know if they've done a song together.
Oh yes, Julio and
Mm-hmm.
Enrique. Yeah, I don't
Mm-hmm.
think they've done this. We got to look into that. I don't think they've done a song
Yeah.
together. But if
Mm-hmm.
y'all listening, you might want to do it because Julio is getting up there in age. You might want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting up there. So
Yeah.
it
So.
would be cool. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
though. I might have to look into it because I want to say they did do something together. Julio and
They may
Enrique.
have.
They
Mm-hmm.
may have. Yeah, but
Yeah. So.
yeah, I
But
thought that was
I like
monumental.
that song though. I like that song that you got though. That is a good one. That is a good one.
Yes.
But to round off my list, and I always have to go to if I can do any list that has this man's name on it, I'm gonna do it.
I already know who you talking about.
I'm gonna do it. Rasan Patterson, don't want to lose it.
Yes.
I've been playing
Yes.
this song since '96. Yep, 30 years. 30 is the number.
So
30 is the
really,
number.
30 is the
Yes,
number. So
30 is the
96 is the
number.
number.
96.
Wow, this is
But
interesting.
this song, I mean, it's just, and for me, I think I love this song because, again, it's when I met my wife, and letting her
Right.
know just how much I wanted to be with her. And so this is one
Okay.
of those songs that stands the test of time for me, because it's something personal. That rawness,
Yeah.
me pouring out my feelings to her, knowing that I'm not perfect. I am going to make mistakes. I'm going to continue to make mistakes, but just
Hmm.
know that I love you even through the mistakes I make. So
Right.
that
And what
that is
album was
that
that
is why.
on? What
That was
album
his
was that
first
on?
album,
That was on the
his
first one,
self-titled album,
which
Rasan
we were
Patterson. Yep,
celebrating 30 years for. Yes.
yep,
So that was
30
your
years.
introduction to this man.
Rasan Patterson, and I still play this album to this day. Still.
Absolutely. Another,
So,
another just impeccable artist, musical talent
yep,
that honestly I really do not think he gets enough credit for the things
he
that
does
he's
not.
done with music, and continues to
Mm-mm.
do with music because he's continued to tour. So
He still tours.
yeah.
Yes. And if he's in a city that is near you, check this man out. Boogie, he
Yes.
is in Atlanta. So check this man out.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. You
All
know, I
right.
love Rashawn. So
I
my
know. So what's
next
your last song?
girlfriend, this is Everything by Mary J. Blige. Now I got a backstory
Okay.
on this. This come from the Share My World album. And I got something
Yep.
backstory on this. So everything, the way that she's singing everything, it's all because of you. She's,
Mm-hmm.
professing her love for this person. But the original
Mm-hmm.
song, the beat itself and the melody of the song comes from this group called A Taste of Honey. There was a 70s group and they made this
Yep.
song called Sukiyaki. And that's the
Mm-hmm.
beat, but their version was about she had broke up with the man and she was trying to get him
Mm.
back. So it was a great flip with
Yeah.
everything version in Sukiyaki's version. To this
Yes.
day, the original, just the way that with the Asian inspired, with the Asian inspired harp or whatever that is, that instrument that they use, it's like a
Mm-hmm.
piccolo that they use. But oh, and then when Mary flipped the verse, and I was like, oh, this was beautiful. Just the way that they wrote it, and they put
Uh-huh.
thought in it, in order to
Yeah.
flip the melody, So I was like, oh my goodness, this is fantastic. To me, I thought it was a great because her voice wasn't like raw and gritty, but it was more sensual. We got to see a sensual side. If you notice how she's singing the song,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's not it's not gritty. It's
Mm-hmm.
almost melodic the way that she's singing it. And I
Yeah.
think that gave and allowed everyone to see another, like a softer side of Mary. Again, she's trying to fall in love. She wants to fall in love. And
Mm-hmm.
this is just an expression of it, when she finds this
Mm-hmm.
person. And I'm like, wow, that was fantastic because she rolled the beat, she sung in between, the
Yeah.
ad libs was great on this. Man,
Mm-hmm.
perfect track
And
from
honestly,
beginning to end.
and here's what I will say to follow up with that. Share My World was her very mature album.
There
Was
you
her
go, Beezy.
her path in going into maturity. She was no longer that fly
Absolutely.
girl.
There
She was
you
no
go.
longer that fly girl. She was no longer the B girl.
Right,
She was now that mature Mary. And the
right.
Mary that we now see today. That's
Exactly.
and to me, and mind you, to me, Share My World is probably to me one of her better albums.
Thank you. I've always said it. I've always said it. I've always said it. I've
One
always
of
said
her
it.
better
Share My
albums.
World was her better album. I'm sorry.
Yep.
Because she still was going she was trying to find herself, but I think in this particular Share My World, she was more confident. You can feel how she's trying to gain her confidence in this particular album, in this
You hit
project.
the nail
And
on
I
the
think it
head.
was because she had a little bit more creative control.
You hit the nail on the head there.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head. She was no longer dancing. She
No,
said, you know what? I'm just going to do my two step and
I'm just going
sing.
to do my thing.
And that's what she
Yeah,
did. That's what she
exactly.
did with this album. And this became one of her best
Best
albums.
albums. I love Share My World. Everybody wants to
Share
talk
My
about my
World.
life. My life to me was dark. That's a dark album, but for me, Share My World gave you a glimpse into her ups, her downs, where she was just mellow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, everything was that song, that kind of just nice little bridge, to the
I
things
like
that she
that.
was going through.
And one of the unmentionables I will say is All I Can Say is
Yes, because
another
that's on
nice
that
little
album
love
as
song.
well. Right, right,
Because that's a nice
exactly. That's a nice
yep.
love song. You are
But
absolutely
we'll
right.
we'll say that for another day. But I
Right.
like that. I like that, and I like your list. I like that. So we'll say that for another day. But no, I
Absolutely.
like your list, and no, I mean those are some good heavy hitters. And again, it seems like we're both kind of in that realm of the '90s, and
Hmm.
that's kind of where we live, right? So.
Exactly. Because listen, I don't see anybody else new projects that are steering me that way. I mean, there's a few that's peeking up,
Mm-hmm.
here and there, but for the
Yep.
most part, come on, give me something. Don't just give me one album or one song, and then the rest of your stuff is garbage.
Yes.
Let's consistency.
Yes.
This is what we're talking about. These artists that we're talking about and showcasing, they have been consistent and they've stayed
Consistent, and they
consistent.
have stood the test of time.
Right.
I
Exactly.
mean, we're talking about albums that are 30 years old or
30 years
more,
old here. Right.
you
Not an
know.
album that just
So,
was released 5 years ago. We're talking about 30 years. And think about everything that it encapsulates and everything that life has thrown at us. You know what I'm saying? Changes, ups and downs, all of this stuff. But these songs, you can put them on and almost like you could just, Calgon, take me away. Just wrap yourself into the song and just
mm-hmm.
fade out. Whatever you may
Yep.
be going through, hardship,
Yep.
breakup, a new romance, these songs encapsulates all of that. They embody that and they were a great escape or release in
Yes.
some cases. Man, what a
Yes.
ride. From
Exactly.
timeless serenades to records that still make the room feel like a little warmer, or today, we just wanted to remind everybody that love songs never really leave us. They just find a new moment for us to meet.
Yes.
So thank you guys for sharing this with us today. We do want to make sure that we preface that you can follow us on all of the social media sites. Be sure to tap in Vibe Theory,
Mm-hmm.
subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us
Mm-hmm.
also on Instagram. And
Mm-hmm.
you can stream the show on Apple Music and all major platforms. And if you want to also do a deeper dive or talk to us or conversate with us, please feel free to leave a comment. Check out our
Yes.
Substack. We also will be uploading. I know I have a playlist of my Valentine's playlist. So if you wanted to check that out, we know that Valentine's Day is approaching next week. So if you
Yes.
want to have something in the background, please feel free to check out the Five Theory Valentine's Day experience.
Yes.
It's on
Serenade that
Apple
loved
Music.
one while you're giving gifts.
Serenade.
Serenade.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Please, by all means.
Yes. Yes. Let the love music flow. But with that,
Absolutely.
again, sharing love and music, which go hand in hand. I'm Beezy.
And I'm El Boogie, and we are always protecting the peace and honoring your vibe. So until next time, we'll catch you on the next episode. Peace.